about this? What makes, in your all's opinion, what makes a good coach?
Someone who looks at the whole picture, like I always say I like to take a holistic approach to coaching. You know, the sleep matters, the nutrition matters, your outside life stress, all of that super important, and all needs to be taken into account.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
I think consistency and confidence are two, quality attributes of a good coach. A coach who's kind of there, who's consistent, communicating in a, consistent method. They're reliable, so you can, you kind of know that, they're gonna come through with what they say. But then also having confidence as a coach, I think, is really important, so that you're not that coach who's, going out and, updating someone's plan every 2 weeks and changing everything and redirecting course. Like, if you're confident in your methods, then I think that also instills trust in the athlete too.
You should add one more, the word curious. Confident, consistent, curious.
That's an Andrew Jeanette special. He was the curious guy.
Yes. I like that. I remember that.
3 C's.
Yep, 3 C's. I like that. Adam's 3 C's of coaching. Even though it just made him adopt curious as one of the C's.
I'll take it.
I like what Caitlin said. When I did my precision nutrition certification, one of the biggest things I took away from that was this idea of deep health. And it was like, you're not just looking at an athlete performance. It's like you have to look at the whole picture of, their environment, like where they're living, their life stress, their career, their life circumstances, like all of that is a part of who that athlete is. And if you segment, or if you just focus on just the physical part, you kind of miss out on all those other things. And you can't do that to a person. You can't you can't segment segment them into all these different boxes. Like, the athlete is also a dad, and the athlete is also a nurse, and the athlete is also, fill in the blank. So you kind of have to adopt that. They called it a deep health perspective.
And I don't know why I just thought about this, but, there's a level of honesty there too that needs to come from the coach, because a good coach is going to say, hey, I think you need to sacrifice this upcoming race for the greater good of the whole season plan. Whereas another coach might just say, all right, I'm going to get you ready for this one. And, it could be
I think honesty is huge.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. I mean, but honesty to the point where the athlete isn't afraid to say something. Like, I don't want to just say things that are going to make my athlete happier. If they're hiring me for them to perform better, I need to tell them with honesty what's going to perform better, even if they don't want to hear it, which sometimes it's hard. Like, to talk about people's weaknesses is not an enjoyable part of coaching, but an essential part of coaching that has to happen. So yeah, I think definitely there takes some maturity and seriousness that comes with that. I mean, if you haven't concluded thus far into this podcast, I'll just tell you, you need to hire an Ignition coach. That's basically what the entire podcast has been directing you towards, if you're listening to it right now.
Drew, you were very convincing of that when you talked about how you don't want to coach.
Once I'm done mixing this, I'm going to send it to you first.
Technically, I am an Ignition coach, and I coach myself. And so I am doing exactly what I'm telling everybody else to do. Hire an Ignition coach.
The loophole.
Loophole. Thanks for listening. This has been
Send us your questions.
Yes. Oh, yeah. Questions. You can send questions to info@ignitioncoachco.com, or you can Instagram any of us. I don't think we have a Matchbox Instagram.
Just send an Instagram DM to the Ignition Coach Co. Instagram page.
Ignition Coach Co. Perfect. Follow us on Instagram, Ignition Coach Co., and just message us there. That'll work.
Cool.
Sweet. Thanks for listening.
See ya.
See you guys.